I just realized I forgot to film a proper intro for this video, so this is going to be a bit of a rambly video, just taking an inside look on the PS3 Super Slim that I have. It's over in another part of the room right now. It isn't here, but I don't know, I picked up this camera. This is an old Sony Handycam that I'm testing out, that I just fixed the other day, actually. And I'm not going to get into that, but I was just testing it out and got into a bit of a ramble about the PS3, so let's go to that. PS3 is taken apart over there. I changed the thermal paste on it yesterday, and I've got it taken apart enough to get the disk drive out. I'm gonna go fetch that. I've got this panel off since you need to take screws out under here. I've got some tape on here because I broke a few clips. This has also got a few broken clips, but that one doesn't have to come off because I snapped a piece of... Or I snapped the screw because I thought this didn't have to come off. This is a video that I didn't watch all the way. But this works. Disk drive is out of it right now. If I do this, and over here, and here, whole top of it come off. This is kind of funny. But that's the power supply. There's a screw there and a screw there, and then a wire, and this is like a self-contained power supply. And it's also kind of crazy that this is the heatsink fan for the CPU and the GPU. Where's it going? Right into the power supply. The power supply is the rear vents. The power supply is therefore also an air duct. It's dual purpose. It is an exhaust duct and a power supply. Let me take it out and show you. So with it out, of course, we can just see where the hard drive goes, some random exposed capacitors and cables and stuff. There's the fan. It's a bit dirty. Nothing I can really do about that without taking it even further apart, but here's the heatsink. The fan blows over. Here's what's underneath the power supply. Just those are the two prongs that the power supply connects to. That's a wire that goes to the power supply. Wi-Fi antennas. Where'd the exhaust ventilation go? And the power port? Well, it's over here. This is the power supply. Got all those things in there. I wonder if Night Shot will do a good job of letting us see in there. No, maybe a little bit. I can see some stuff in there. Really, the lens can't focus that far, so... But, anyways, this is the power supply and the rear exhaust vent. One piece. It's kind of funny that this has, it looks like an external supply considering the fact you have, if I can get the light focus there, output ratings and stuff on here, and a sticker. Just models and stuff. This is where the power supply plugs into the actual PS3. There's an exposed tab on the circuit board for power, or for a screw, and there's the thing. So that is to I don't know what that plugs into. Plugs into motherboard. Anyways, why'd they have to brand it? This looks like something that was supposed to be outside the console, and then it just isn't. I don't know. It's strange that it's branded Sony Computer Entertainment right on there. It looks... I was just thinking about this. It looks like a beauty cover. It's like this is the hood of a car, and you pop this off and you get beauty covers to make it look nice. This makes it look nice, but nobody's voiding their warranty and buying Torque security bits to open this up to look at this and say, ooh, it says Sony Computer Entertainment on it. I don't hate it, but I also don't get why it looks this nice. Nobody's looking at this. I mean, I guess from a safety perspective, it's nice that this whole thing is an enclosed unit. This is basically an external power supply that just has a few bits of exposed circuitry and that as an output. This is basically just an external power supply in a box. I mean, look at how little there is inside of a PS3. I mean, if we took this thing, this hard drive caddy out, took those heat sinks out, this thing is like thinner than a MacBook. This thing is probably, this whole thing, probably about the size of a MacBook Air. It's probably thinner than one. Underneath all this layer of plastic, there's just, that's the board. And then the rest of this is just, the power supply in mass is probably heavier than that whole motherboard. Yeah. Kinda silly. This is just not the view I'd expect to see in like an Xbox. I'd expect metal. I wouldn't expect this whole logo and just like beauty covers. This thing's heavy now that it doesn't have, not the power supply's back, and it really makes it a lot denser. But yeah, power supply just sits in there. I mean, I guess you can kind of tell it's a separate piece, but I didn't realize it was until I took this apart and realized, wait, or until I had to take this bit out and then realized, wait a minute, this is the entire power supply. And then there's just a dinky wire for the power switch, and yeah. And here's all the gears for this mechanical door. By a button. Actually, I'm gonna show those in operation. It looks kind of cool. Little button here goes out to the front panel. I've got it greased up a little bit. This is for preventative maintenance. This is a Blu-ray drive. This is actually the whole Blu-ray drive. I mean, this metal bit is, it's sitting on a plastic caddy that also has a wire attached to it, so... Oh, I'm going cross-eyed looking at the screen, but yeah, this is the entire Blu-ray drive. It's like smaller than my cell phone. It's kind of funny. I keep saying it's kind of funny a lot, but it sits, it just kind of sits, if I can get it in place. It sits in, I don't know if that's in it. That's basically where it sits. I think that's in there all the way. Yeah, after that, just your hard drive. That's the bit I have to replace. I also have to get a hard drive caddy for this in a side panel, but I'm not too worried about that right now, because it's not a functional thing. It's not a functionality issue, it just is cosmetic and potentially like the security of the drive not falling out. Look at how thick that fan bearing thing is. Also, I just remembered, why is there a PlayStation logo in here? I guess it does kind of sound like I'm whining about this thing, which I just watched back that part, and it kind of sounds like I'm just constantly whining, oh, he's whining that there's so much logos. Well, the Xbox has logos in it. I just remembered the Xbox has logos in it. But, I don't honestly care. I just wanted to show some of the interesting things that I found in here. I will complain a little bit about the build quality of this thing. Well, not the build quality, but the design of it. To change the CMOS battery, which, from what I've heard, you have to do to continue playing your digital games without connecting to PSN if your clock resets. I forget how to explain it, so I'm just not going to explain it. Anyways, some people want to replace that. On this thing, to replace it, you have to do a full teardown. You have to take this, well, I don't know if you have to take this out. But anyways, you have to take the power supply out, take the board out, this whole metal thing. And then, you have to take the board out of all this metal shielding, which therefore decouples it from the heatsink, meaning you're forced to repaste it at that point, because you're not supposed to reuse thermal paste. From what I've heard, it's like you get air bubbles in it. So I was dumb enough, I mean, I kind of realized I was kind of dumb enough to repaste the CPU and the GPU without changing the CMOS battery, which I didn't think too much about it. I just saw it was in there and thought, oh, maybe you'd want to change that at some point. Well, I didn't know that it locks you out of your digital games until you log back into PSN if that clock battery's dead, from what I've heard. And I just changed the thermal paste yesterday. I'm not going to go in there and redo that. So, I'll have to remember that. Otherwise, I mean, it's not the worst console ever. to disassemble. A lot of people say it's a pain in the ass. I guess, yeah. I mean, the pain in the ass bit is the torque security screws, but Apple has so much worse than that. They've got Penelope screws and stuff like that. I think they've got their own screws. I don't know if it's Penelope or what. This isn't that bad. I think it's more of, it's the plastic clips on those beauty panels, which I'm gonna go grab. You can see the little, that one might have been broken. No, it's fine. Little plastic clips on these, kind of sucky. That one might be broken. I can't tell. Yeah, it looks broken. There's some white. But glossy beauty panels, these things get beat up so quickly. They weigh practically nothing, but yeah. That was the worst part, because when they haven't been taken out before, they're kind of annoying to get open, and I didn't know where to pry on it, and I only had a metal tool, so I kind of just did it with my fingers. Not the best way to do it, and that's why there's double-sided tape on the top panel. But I mean, it works. I'm not gonna say it's the best method. It's definitely not. Do it better than I did. I'm glad I'm not working at GameStop refurbishing these things, if they do refurbish them. I don't know, considering the fact some game stores don't refurbish these things. They just sell them as refurbished and just like clean the top. Because yeah, I would probably get a 0-star rating for the amount of broken clips. I mean, once you're into this point, it's just a lot of Phillips head screws and stuff. But yeah, if you're changing the CMOS battery, please learn to repaste your CPU and GPU at the same time, because you're gonna have to. I really wish they would have put like a cutout. I think it's on the bottom side of this board. I wish they would have put just like a metal cutout in the middle to replace that. I mean, I guess they don't expect you to open one of these. I mean, most people probably don't know how to open one of these. I've just been tearing things apart most of my life, so it's kind of a childhood pastime for me to tear things apart and see how they're put together. So I have enough skill to with a YouTube video tear one of these apart, and that's how I learned to do it. I mean, now I know pretty much inside and out how to rip one of these apart without looking at a video, because I've done it a couple times. But yeah, I'm only in here because I have to replace that optical drive, and I figured I'd do the paste at the same time, since this thing's from 2013, maybe it needs to be done. Preventative maintenance. These are supposed to be more reliable than the fat ones, in terms of not running as hot, but I figured it's a PS3. It's a 7th gen video game console. 7th gen video game consoles love to overheat, so might as well do it. And I wanted to learn how to do that anyways, so I guess I was kind of just trying to fill up my Amazon basket. I think that's about it. I think these are the Wi-Fi antennas, and there's wires going up to them. But otherwise, yeah, this is about how it is. Most annoying warranty void sticker ever, but a couple hidden screws. The two feet on the front don't have anything under them, so I guess there's your little tip for today. Otherwise, this is just I'm just testing this camcorder, really. I just wanted an excuse to use the camcorder, and I had this sitting here, so yeah. There's my little look at the PS3 Super Slim and the internals of it. Oh. I wonder if I should instead zoom in on the little PlayStation logo. Too bad that doesn't rotate. I reckon I'm out of here. What the hell is this on my wall? It's gone now. Took it outside. That's my redemption for the spider that I killed the other day, because it crawled on my arm while I was laying in bed. And let's just say instinct does more than rational thinking right there.